Comedy Trap House is sponsored by BetterHelp. It's therapy done online the right way. You ever find yourself trying to get involved in a deep discussion, but your brain, your thoughts are just going everywhere? You don't know how to get your thoughts together. Well, guess what? It's probably because you need some therapy. All right. You need to get that trauma out. You need to be able to release and talk to somebody that is professional. And therapy gives you a place to do that. All right. To get that negative thought cycle out so you can get to a very mental and emotional, stable place. Okay. We love BetterHelp over here at the Comedy Trap House. That's why we use it. That's why we so calm over here. I mean, granted, we got some wild conversations, but when we go to bed, we can sleep good at night knowing that we got BetterHelp. So get a break from your thoughts with BetterHelp. Visit BetterHelp.com/traphouse today to get 10% off your first month. That's BetterHelp.com/traphouse. Get you some BetterHelp. Me, you, your mama, and your cousin too. That's exactly who's about to be watching the NFL, because it's back, okay? And DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of the NFL, is giving you a can't-miss offer for Week 1, all right? This week, new customers can get $200 in bets instantly when you bet just $5 on any NFL game. I'm putting my bets in. I'm using DraftKings Sportsbook because I'm about to go all in on them Denver Broncos, okay? Because it's a new season. We're not looking at last season. It's this season, okay? DraftKings is hooking everyone up with game day greatness. All customers can take advantage of 2 new offers every single game day. I'm going to take advantage. You should take advantage every single game day this September. Check the app to see what you get. Download now and use code TRAP to sign up. New customers can take home $200 in bonus bets instantly just for betting $5. That's code TRAP, only on DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of the NFL. Let's get this season going.
Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit www.1800gambler.net. In New York, call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY. In Connecticut, help is available for problem gambling. Call 888-789-777 or visit ccpg.org. Please play responsibly. On behalf of Boot Hill Casino and Resort, 21 plus age varies by jurisdiction. Void in Ontario. ccdkng.co/football for eligibility, terms and responsibility, gaming resources. Bonus bets expire 7 days after issuance. Eligibility and deposit restrictions apply.
Welcome to the trap.
Get your dead body in the back.
Welcome to the trap.
Get your dead body in the back.
Welcome to the trap.
Tripping better than slipping.
Welcome to the trap.
But sometimes we be tripping.
Welcome to the trap,
Welcome to the trap.
where we joke and rap,
Where we just rap.
gut busting laughs, hand slapping laps.
Girl, slap your loud.
Get you through your day,
Get you through your day.
and it's free of cost.
I'm so cheap.
Don't you laugh too loud.
No.
Don't get fired by your boss.
File unemployment.
Welcome to the Comedy Trap House. Comedy Trap House.
Oh, yo, we back. It's another Monday, and welcome to the Comedy Trap House. I'm your host, Rome Green Jr. In the building with me, I got Cam.
I'm in the building.
I got Emmanuel.
That's some good fake energy right there. I like what you're doing. I like what you're doing.
What you talking about?
He's trying. He's digging from his soul.
What you talking about? I got it. I'm here. I'm here. You know what I'm saying? Ain't nothing fake about this energy. We turned up. It's a Monday.
There you go.
Cut the camera. God, man, I'm sick of this shit, man. And we got a special guest today. Ladies and gentlemen, he is a comic. He is a writer, a stand-up comic to be exact. He has a podcast called Hot Breath, where he interviews other comedians and gets inside the minds of these comedians. I was just featured on an episode that I can't wait to come out, and it's going to be his best episode yet.
So if people don't want to watch that episode, make sure you go to Hot Breath Comedy Network.
Hot Breath Comedy Network. Fun fact about him, he was inspired to do stand-up through somebody we are close to and we love, Sinbad.
Word?
He was inspired. He inspired to do stand up through Sinbad. He was like, "Oh my God, Sinbad's doing comedy. What is this thing? I can make a living from it." It's either that, or I believe he said it was Enterprise car rental. So
big
fact.
So
That makes more sense.
So he chose comedy. We got Joel Byars in the building.
Welcome. He dabbing all right. Look at him. We're rubbing off.
Let's go.
One second before we continue,
Yeah, yeah.
I forgot a request from the fans. They said, "Can they turn down Rome's mic? Because it'd be
he was a little
super
loud.
loud.
yeah,
I
I
have
mean,
it.
I got a lot
He
of
can
voice.
project, so you can
I got a
turn
lot of
him
voice.
down.
I turned it down.
Okay,
Trying to
sorry
turn
about
your
that,
shine
guys.
down.
I didn't mean to.
It reminded me when you yelled.
I didn't mean to yell. Somebody was just like, "God damn, my bad."
Listen, I know I'm asking for more energy, but damn, don't blow the mic out.
But yeah, man, welcome to the trap, man.
Man,
Welcome
thanks
to the
for
trap house.
thanks for having me, guys.
Yeah, man.
Excited to gentrify this piece.
Yeah, let's fucking go.
Let's go.
Is that it?
Yeah,
There we go.
We'll take it. Hey, I'm excited to gentrify this. But gentrification it's okay sometimes. You know what I'm saying? Like it works for
one of the
different
good
communities.
I'm completely against it. I think you should be over there. We should be over here, but we could come together sometime.
Right.
I appreciate that.
Shared park.
How long are you in LA for?
I'll be in here. I've been here since Saturday, and I'm leaving Wednesday night.
Wednesday night.
I had to bump up. I'm doing some interviews here, and I had to like move my flight already once to make sure I
Gotcha.
squeezed in another interview.
Gotcha.
Where do you
I
stay?
may leave Atlanta.
Atlanta. Oh, Atlanta.
ATL.
Yeah.
You're from Atlanta?
Yeah.
And, like, is it Atlanta, or one of the places they say that's not Atlanta?
Well, I mean, it's the burbs.
Okay, all right. So
I mean,
it's
we
like
in
one of
there.
them Alpha,
We in there.
one of them Guana, one of
Yeah,
them,
well, I don't
one
want
of
to blow
them-
up my spot on your trap house here. But, you know, we out here.
We
Yeah,
out
we
here, okay. That's all that matters. man.
No, we have a lot of love for Atlanta.
Oh
We
yeah,
live
yeah,
there.
no, for
My
sure.
Yeah,
Family there. So.
Yeah. Well, it's
Yeah.
not Dunwoody, if y'all are wondering.
yeah. See,
If
See,
that
if it ain't
helps.
done with it, we don't
If it ain't
respect
done
it.
with
You know
it,
what I'm
I
saying?
don't. There's not a song about
We
it.
rapping in Dunwoody, man. Come on. We gentrified Dunwoody.
Oh
so
yeah,
we got,
definitely, we definitely did. We
them
definitely did.
Indians were, they were cool with us.
You've done some stand up while you're out here.
Yeah, I did Chocolate Sundays last night.
Okay,
Nice.
Which
nice.
was lit. Yeah,
It was chocolate in there. Huh?
It was sold out.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I'm used to, you know,
Yeah,
in Atlanta, I'm White Boy Joel. You know?
White boy Joe. That's yeah,
All the
I got
hood
you.
rooms in Atlanta is how I came up, so I'm used to it.
That's fire though. Like
Yeah.
I feel like once you went over the hood clubs, you pretty much done what you,
You
need
can do
to
any
do.
club
Yeah.
after that.
Yeah, you can really do anything
Yeah,
after that.
pretty much.
Yeah.
So,
Is it easier or harder? Because I feel like you could get some rooms maybe in the more white rooms that can be a little uppity maybe.
Yeah,
Do you get that sometimes? And the black people will just pretty much just throw tomatoes at you.
Boo you, or
You'll probably get a
keys.
harder boo from the black crowd.
Possibly, yeah.
But you might get less laughs from the white crowd.
it depends.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely.
on the
I've
style.
learned I get a break up front if I just pull up to like a hood room, they're like, oh, the white boys, are here.
Right,
Let's see what he's got to
right.
say. But I mean, if you don't bring it immediately,
Oh, yeah,
they'll
it's-
give up. But
If
they'll
you ain't
give you,
Eminem on that stage,
Yeah.
fuck off.
yeah, oh yeah, dude. I did a show with a comedian called Doo Brown. And it was I had to do 15 minutes to get paid, and I was doing all right halfway through, and this lady the whole set kept yelling "rabbit" at me.
Like
Because I ate
B-Rabbit?
my
Yeah,
like
yeah,
B-Rabbit.
yeah.
She kept yelling it, and then I just got so mad that I just yelled at her. I was like, "Listen!" And then like and then I said the B word too. But I ain't, I'm reformed now. I'll say it. I've been cleansed.
Yeah.
So
Well, please feel free to say it on
but
here.
nah, man, I can't mess up the brand. I'm just about to blow. I can't be on
Yeah, that's true. That's
the
true.
Trap
All right,
House.
we're not-
This is my
We're not
clip.
gonna destroy the brand.
But I yelled at her and I said, "Listen, B," and then the whole crowd just turned. But I couldn't get off stage because I had to do my 15 minutes to get paid.
Right.
So they were booing me,
Oh,
and this
man.
That's
was listen,
hilarious.
I was doing stand up before a twerk
Yeah.
contest. If this tells you,
Oh wow.
I was the warm up for a twerk contest.
Got you.
And this is just
Fantastic.
one of the many shows that I've done.
Absolutely.
But what I've learned from doing so many shows like that is that you just got to be authentic and real and create a connection.
Right.
And especially that's why I love doing black crowds, because as long as you're real, you'll
Mm-hmm.
get the laughs and the respect. And like white rooms, there's you can be kind of hokey, and it's like, oh, that was a clever joke. But like, you can have clever jokes in front of black people, but it's got to be true to you
Yeah.
and who you are.
Yeah,
So that's
yeah.
what I've learned, that
Right.
if I can make it work there, then it can translate to anywhere.
Absolutely. There you go.
Nice.
So listen, white comics, Joel's leading the way.
Big facts.
Joel's
facts.
leading the
Big
way. So Joel, we're gonna come back and dive into more of your story, but we're gonna jump into some wild topics that the internet has pretty much. And we're here to do some comedy, so let's talk about it.
Well, the first thing it says
Apology.
Yeah, I gotta give an apology to Rome.
Yeah, I knew this was coming. So let's talk about it.
I was watching a documentary on Netflix called Blue Zones about the people who lived the longest, lived up to 100. It's like 5 or 6 places in the world. And in the 4th episode, they met the guy that in 1988, he was diagnosed with cancer. He went to 3 different doctors. They all said, you got 6 months to live. So he's like, all right, either I can die here in the States or go back home, which is a blue zone in Greece. So he goes back. 35 years later, he's still alive. All he did was change his environment. He didn't do nothing special. It was just his environment that helped him live. And then after that segment, the guy goes down to break down. He says in America, everything is ease and excess. So he says, if you're obese, it's not necessarily your fault. You're a victim of the environment. Because sweets, sugars, everything that's unhealthy is around. So I want to apologize to Rome for all my fat jokes. You were a victim of your environment.
I appreciate that, man.
It wasn't you.
I appreciate it.
You know, when you was a kid,
that's
when you was
all I've been
obese,
trying to tell you this whole time.
Yeah.
I've been trying to tell you that wasn't
Sometimes
me.
you got to see it from another perspective.
I get-
and he broke it down. I felt bad.
I
was
walk
like,
outside. It's McDonald's over here. It's Wendy's over. You live in the South. You know how it
Yeah, I
is.
grew up husky. I know the game.
So I was like, I pick on you in private, but I want to apologize to you in public.
That's big.
know,
That's
so-
big. No pun intended.
Rome hasn't been husky for what, like 20-something years?
No, I've been maybe 10,
Maybe 10.
maybe
Well,
maybe
10.
maybe
We've known each
15,
other.
maybe 15.
You didn't come to college.
I didn't come to. My weight has fluctuated like the stock market. Some days I'm up
Right,
and some days I'm
right,
down.
right.
Like remember the one time in the skit where I was real skinny.
Yeah.
So like that was it. Almost looked like I was on.
But you were never
some ketamine.
obese.
Not while we knew him.
Right.
Not while we knew him. He wasn't obese.
But that's what makes it funnier because you make fun of the past.
Yeah.
You didn't even know him.
Yeah, I didn't even know that.
You didn't even know him when he was fat,
But
but
I
he
still wanna
calls him
apologize.
fat Rome. Like, this is why you don't show friends shit.
Especially not your comedian friend.
Yeah,
It's not good.
But I was picking on him when I thought it was him. Now that I know he was a victim of circumstance and environment, you know, you grew up in the South, of course. You know, of course you would go be obese. Yeah,
Of course.
yeah, of course.
He's trying to fit in.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
In that
Literally.
plane seat.
You want to apologize to you.
Okay, that's fair.
And
That's
then
fair.
a supporter of ours sent
Yeah.
us a video on IG. He wanted us to look at his transformation. He had
okay.
a question for you.
Okay.
So-
All right. Yeah.
It ties
Pull it
in.
up. This one right
Yes,
here?
Yeah.
that right there.
All right,
Let's see.
hold on, make sure.
For the people listening, we're watching the transformation video. So
There's a very big man on
Yeah, it's a big
screen
man
with
on
with a
screen.
beater.
On
Yeah.
swole.
And
On
that
swole.
beat is that beater is beat.
yeah.
Let's go.
Everybody said it started from the bottom. Show me the bottom, then. Show me where you started from. But this what the bottom look like for me. I remember getting laughed at. Now this shit ain't funny no more. It's crazy how life work.
Goddamn. That was 2 days later.
Oh, yeah.
All right. Okay.
All right, respect.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So what was
So his question was, he said, for Rome, you
Yeah.
being a former fat boy,
Yeah,
he
yeah.
said, when did you realize how much weight you had really lost? That's his question.
Joe, you a former
That's
fat boy
a-
too?
Yeah,
That's
well,
a
we
good-
call it husky in my community. You know, but
The only place they using that is in the dog community. Ain't no goddamn.
in my
This either
community.
fat,
Big bone. They call it big bone in your
We don't use the
community.
F word around.
Husky or big bone.
fat
no.
friendly.
You know what? You don't really know. You said when did I
He said,
know?
because look, at his transformation,
Yeah.
he like, but when did you realize that you was
I
like
think
you
it's
really lost
I think
it?
it's outside compliments. It's like, hey, you know, you looking nice, or you lost some. I
Yeah.
think that's the only because unless you taking a transformation video, you kind of just in it. You kind of so you don't really. I wasn't really cognitive of it till somebody was like, oh, hey man, you looking good, or you lost weight, or I'm like, oh, okay. Or when my family back at home were like, you ain't been eating.
Yeah.
You know, Southern people. If you get skinny, they think you're on drugs.
They think you're sick.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they think you're sick immediately.
Yeah.
What's wrong with you?
Oh my
you're
God, he's
unhealthy.
dying.
You're like, no, I'm just healthy. That's all.
That's how people
You eating healthy or are you dying? Like, no, I'm trying not to die.
It's like no. That's a question for you. For like when you were husky times, was it more so just as a kid, or did you get or you husky like teens, adult husky like college?
yeah, I had a middle school middle. kind of blew out. But that was just God prepping for a growth spurt.
Okay,
He moves in mysterious ways.
Right.
So instead of giving you height, he gave you weight.
He gave me width first,
Okay.
And then I got tall freshman year of high school, so slimmed down, and then I played football, so then I was just like trying to beef
Were
it
you
up.
Goofy with your tallness, or were you kind of were you able to work? Some people get tall real quick and then they kind of trip over.
I'm very unathletic. Yeah, I disappointed every coach I ever had. They like Joel's got a good frame on him, and then that's as far as it went.
He got a good frame on him.
So slow. I was coachable. We'll just say that. They got me the coachable.
But that's an important. As long as you're coachable, you might can make it.
Yeah,
but
exactly.
you're doing comedy, so we know.
Yeah, it didn't work out. Yeah.
What was Joel's 40 time? He has a good frame.
he was the right kid, just not the right athlete.
Yeah, exactly.
It's a good frame. No.
So I went up and then out, and then I switched things up after football, just trying to eat healthier. And
Gotcha. Yeah.
all that.
Yeah. And it's tough in the South, man. It's tough. They make it very accessible to the
He
to
was
things you
diagnosed
need.
as obese though.
So the doctor told me I was borderline obese, which is basically obese. He was like, your son is borderline obese, and then I was like, nah, we can't have that. We got to do better.
He was trying to be nice to you, cause
I think he just
He was sugarcoating.
Yeah. He was like, listen,
which you
fat.
you delighted in when you
Pretty much.
He was like, I've already sugarcoated. You don't need no more sugar. None whatsoever. But no, that's a great transformation because that's a lot of
out
weight.
to him.
Yeah, for sure. Next we got Mitch.
So y'all know I played the old Mitch McConnell video, but he froze up again, y'all.
Damn.
I think it's time for Mitch to.
Somebody took his batteries out again?
I think it's time for him to move to a blue zone. Because the way he's acting, he's almost on the way out.
He better be in the dead zone too.
He looks like he's in the Twilight Zone.
Yeah. Let's play it.
Okay.
Running for re-election in 2026.
He said that's right.
Thought the lights went out. Everything went out.
I can't help but think he looked like a turkey, man.
Re-election in 2026.
He like he gonna gobble.
All right, I'm sorry, you all. We're gonna need a minute.
My man is.
It's just sad.
It's low key
man.
sad.
Yeah.
I usually laugh at everything, but I be feeling bad.
Because you don't need. That's it for you. That's it, bro.
Like they have to force him into retirement.
Yeah. That's enough.
He can't be running the world like this.
Somebody else have a question? Please speak up.
Is he alive? That's the next question.
Sir, are you okay? Yeah, no, that's scary too. See, that's the age and the function I don't want to be at, to where my shit just shuts off.
Yeah, man, he's bad.
It's like somebody came in there and said, "All right, there we go." That's enough of that.
They wish he did this during the mannequin challenge. Then they will have a good excuse.
Yeah.
He was a little too late. If they did it during that, they'd be like, "Well, he's just doing the mannequin challenge."
Yeah, at this moment they would have been like, "Everybody, grab your phones out, mannequin challenge."
It's low key scary because have you ever you knew like a word or something and it just you like. What is it I'm looking for? He's having that every 10 to 15 seconds, and that's not good.
No.
That ain't
Just
it.
like the video of Joe Biden sleep at that banquet. I'm like, these people are too old for
I know
these
it's not.
positions.
It's bad for the brand, man.
It's like their marketing isn't up to
not
par
good.
like it needs to be.
Make America retire.
Make America retire.
Mara.
No, that is funny. But yeah, poor Mitch, man. Somebody sit that man down, give him some milk. That's
milk.
That's it for him.
No, he don't need milk. That's
That's true.
good for you.
If he go to a blue zone right now and come back 30 years younger, I'd be like, something's up.
He ain't gonna come back looking younger, but he may just be alive.
Yeah. Well, that's because right now he's dead.
If he survives the flight, he may not make it. Yeah.
Any turbulence? That's it. That's it. What we got next? So, N-words for Trump. Oh, sounds interesting.
I'm uncomfortable.
You
Get ready to
lead,
get
Joel?
really uncomfortable, Joel.
Oh, okay.
I'm just gonna go ahead and play this.
Okay.
There's no setup needed.
All right.
Because they done did black men like this for decades. Make up charges and put them, so I know Trump is innocent. I support Trump against this corrupt, two-tiered justice system. That's why I'm here to show my support as a black man for Trump. And I'm wearing my shirt, Niggas for Trump 2024, and I mean that.
I mean that.
Oh, it's a bunch of bull. It's going around the country. You know, Fannie Willis, she went to school with my sister. She full of shit. For the white liberal. I'm here to support, brother.
Yeah, man.
He said she went to school. My sister, she full of shit.
Yeah. See, I be thinking about who made the shirts. Like, if he went to a company, they just looked at it like, all right, how many you need?
Yeah, if I'm a company,
right.
Like, 'cause ain't no need for me to ask questions. You obviously on a different agenda.
Man, you know about 7 his cousins approached him with like, "Hey, man, I can make these T-shirts."
I plug in,
yeah, like, hey.
It's standard print. We'll have it right. It's solid. I can do it right in the backyard right now if you want to.
Listen, cousin Tyrone, we got 2 irons. I got 3 in my place. We can get it done quick. Them iron on.
I mean, here's the thing. Live your life. If that's what you feel like you want to do,
I'm just
support who you want to support.
My question came to like just watching this was like, what are the craziest groups that would support something, anything that's crazier than? Because this is obviously it's almost a joke in itself.
You got flat earthers.
Mm-hmm. Okay, flat earthers.
Yeah, you got flat earthers.
But who would be the craziest to believe in flat Earth?
Well,
like, it's like niggas
for Trump.
Nah, that's believable. Well, for Trump, okay,
yeah,
but,
for Trump.
But it's like, you know, like, do Mormons like really, you know, believe in?
They barely believe in electricity.
I think that's Amish.
Yeah,
Amish. Okay, my bad.
Yeah.
My bad.
Yeah.
Sorry, Mormons.
So you,
but it is like Amish being diehard Celtics fans or something like.
You saying like what's the
just
wild?
How you watching the game?
Contrast.
What's the biggest contrast to support?
That's a good question because this isn't that.
Oh, that soul food is better food than soul food. That's the one that we got attacked for. So.
We did get attacked for it.
That went viral. For a black man to say
we got attacked for that. We were told that we didn't like black people because we said there were other foods that taste better than soul.
Oh wow! Well, that's why I'm not saying anything on this. This video came up. I was like, I'm sitting this one out. This is between y'all. I don't want to.
What's your favorite type of food?
My favorite type of food?
Yeah.
Oh, cereal.
Cereal. Wait, which
forever
kind?
college student?
Yo, yeah, dude, that's sugar soup. I love it.
Sugar
soup.
It's, I like Golden Grams, but if I'm really looking,
Golden Grams wasn't bad.
Golden Grams, but
interesting.
Frosted Flakes is that straight drop. You know,
that's Frosted Flakes ain't bad either.
Yeah.
See, I was about to say like you could say something cool, like because you say like Golden Grams, like do you like your cereal like you like your women? But then you said you like Frosted Flakes. It's like okay. What you like?
Sweet.
Sweet. Okay.
I used to always love after eating Frosted Flakes is drinking the milk.
Yeah.
And I used to always think, why don't they just make that some Frosted Flakes milk?
They do. They do now. They came out with like cereal milks.
It's too late now.
America,
I don't eat that way no more.
Yeah.
I mean, for the kids.
For the kids,
For the
but when I was a kid, I would love that.
Oh yeah, sugary milk. Oh yeah, that it don't get no better than that.
But I mean, really, just buy some cereal.
For me, it was Captain Crunch though. Captain Crunch.
Crunch berries or either one.
This the regular, man.
It's
regular hit, man.
Okay, I'm not mad at regular.
The OG.
Me and Chaz was both on that cinnamon toast.
That's
crunch.
me too.
Cinnamon toast crunch was crazy.
My heart's racing, man.
Yeah.
I just feel the sugar.
Right.
I'm having a husky flashback right now.
What's the last bowl of cereal you had?
Oh man, I'm on grape nuts now, man. It's
Grape
bad.
nuts?
That sounds
Rock bottom.
elderly.
It is. It's like if NPR had a cereal.
Dog, fan-fucking-tastic.
That's a great
fan-fucking-tastic, dog. I saw every part of that.
Cereal.
That's funny.
Yeah, no, that's phenomenal.
So, do you do anything to spice it up? Do you use a certain type of milk? Do you cut bananas? Is there anything
to
else?
spice up?
I mean, some people do that.
What's that thing they put on fruit? The Mexican people,
the
tahini. You put tahini on your goddamn cereal? Like,
I end up just glazing it in table sugar. I just backslide right in the middle of it. back to my old ways.
Regular milk, almond milk.
Almond milk. You know.
Okay. We're not going too far.
Yeah,
right.
regular almond milk.
Unsweetened vanilla.
Unsweetened vanilla.
Okay. All right.
Gotta stay-
Unsweetened vanilla.
Yeah, y'all just a big old Whole Foods family right now.
You gotta do it right.
I've been more on the oat milk lately.
I like a little oat
abandoned
milk.
my almond milk. I still love my almond milk. I've been doing experimenting with oat milk lately.
It's all good.
I just feel like if I have a bowl of cereal with whole milk, I have to go to the hospital. Like I feel like that's where it would put me
been a long time.
in the hospital.
I see why your fans got upset about soul food. You're talking about oat milk now.
Right, exactly. That's what I'm saying.
We left.
Y'all
you know?
really left. Moving on up in here.
See?
It's not the trap house no more. It's just the regular house.
He from
now.
Atlanta. He know. He smells something different with you.
I'm about to apologize to them because they were just victims of their environment.
That's true.
I'm sorry, y'all.
That's true.
I get it. You still
That's
live
true.
it.
Victims of the environment.
Sorry.
All right. So I want to.
I already know. As
You
soon as
already
I
know.
see Australia, it's gonna be some.
Let me just
animal
preface this by saying once again, what the fuck is going on in Australia? Y'all have everything going on. This is a regular neighborhood. Just play this video. For those of you who are listening, there is a literal anaconda.
No, python.
Well, whatever that is.
Anacondas.
Big as fuck.
Yeah,
They're freaky, aren't they?
But it's
Let me send the other.
Dad could be able to touch him.
it's huge.
Oh my heavens.
Means
It's still going.
Okay.
Look at this.
Shit, what the hell? I didn't know it was that far around the tree.
Be brave.
Oh, listen to Gary.
No, I gotta move.
Yeah, they're chilling. They're just like it's a squirrel or
Yeah,
something.
like this is a bird, and like because in my mind I'm paranoid. I can't stay in a neighborhood. This is
It's still
humongous.
going.
It's still going.
But I'd rather see that than like a cobra and stuff.
I mean,
'Cause,
yes,
like
true.
pythons,
Yeah.
it's huge. You see it, they're not poisonous. Don't go by it. Cobras, they can get into more stuff than that big snake.
that shit is.
Let me see that
huge.
size. I can see that.
I can't stand Cam.
Hey man,
Stand Cam. We call him Action Cam. That's what the fans call him because he says he could survive everything.
No, he can. We can all survive it. I just don't want to see it.
I'm gonna survive by seeing it and not going over there.
But now I'm just like, do I let my kids play outside? It's just a lot.
I'm gonna be honest. I'd rather see this than go to the DM. Emmanuel
He
sent a
just said
video because this is what I can't deal with.
Yeah, no,
this part of us go
I
down.
know exactly what you.
That right there.
Oh my God! No!
That's what I can't deal with.
No.
Absolutely.
Like that's his house now. That's huge.
Are we watching the film The Thing? That's what the fuck.
No, I like. I think y'all. Here's the thing. I'm not kidding when I say I have to move after I see this.
I
have
can't
to
live
move.
in there, man.
There's
It
no.
looks kind of like he's dabbing though. Look at that.
It does
Looks like
kind
he's
of
got
like
like
yeah.
you could be onto
Like, look
something
how
here.
big-
The fact you can even make that comment lets you know how big it is. That you can see that. Your regular spider, you can't see that.
Right.
That what the fuck
Is that real?
Yes.
Yes.
That's not like a Halloween.
No,
prop
that's
toy
a
or
hunter
something.
spider.
Oh
Huntsman
my
spider or
God.
something.
It's as big as my laptop.
Yeah.
That shit is huge.
Man, can't deal with
Like
that.
you wake up and then you see that on your wall.
That's
No,
it.
That's it.
That's it. That's
Yeah,
it. That's
that's
his
it.
house. He got it.
I'm not staying nowhere in nature. And
You just drop off the deed right next to the wall. He's at.
Here you go, brother. Take care of
sign here.
everything. You may have a couple of HOA fees that you have to take care of, but like you got it. That's
And
on
we
you.
already know how spiders move, so imagine that, seeing that move.
If it
like
moves
how
fast.
Yes,
Oh!
it moves. No,
Oh no.
That
no,
is
no.
a super villain.
Yeah,
on
no,
that
no, for
goddamn
sure.
wall.
give me that python.
Yeah, I'll take the python. Absolutely not.
Because even if I know if that python's in my house, that's just a accident. That's not a bunch of them are here.
Yeah.
That they could be everywhere. I
Oh
don't
my-
know where he came from. I don't know how many are in here.
Yeah, I don't know.
A
Did-
python that size, there's only one in here.
Yeah,
that
yeah,
just
yeah,
was
yeah.
a mistake. I left the door open.
We're gonna go to sex with Cal.
Did I pull?
Did you
that
pull?
up?
If not, there it is.
here we go.
Ooh.
So here we go.
And it's a white man. Yeah.
That might be Joel on there.
No, hold on now. Don't get me caught up. You're not gonna ruin my street cred out here.
Listen,
You say you drink milk, you don't do the milk.
Nah.
You say that's Joel, he gonna have beef with you.
I see what he did there.
That is utterly ridiculous.
You did. Now you did say you love cereal. And what comes to cereal?
Yeah, I mean, there you go.
know?
So a man from United Kingdom pled guilty to having sex with a young calf on a farm in Burton, England. 25-year-old Liam, you got to be a Liam. Liam Brown pled guilty to sexual penetration with a living animal and causing unnecessary suffering.
You know that thing was milky.
Oh!
Come on, Cam.
Per the Daily Mail, landowners installed alarms and surveillance cameras amid concerns for the well-being of their livestock. Brown was allegedly apprehended on the property, while a DNA report from the scene confirmed what occurred at the farm.
DNA?
The farmers told the court that Brown's relatives worked on the land and they have known him since he was a child. Brown's initial hearing at the Pool Magistrates Court has been transferred to Boomermouth Crown Court. It's going to Crown Court because the offenses are so serious. It's possible you need greater punishment than we can give.
Dog.
People. Magistrates Court said Brown, who had no previous convictions, hasn't returned to the farm since the incident, and his sentencing will take place on September 22nd.
Niggas for Trump, whites for cows.
Here's the what?
Yo,
that cow was in Mona. It was mooing.
It was that definitely mooing.
I'm just glad there's not a video.
Yeah. No.
Millions of views? Would it get? You know?
No.
Would it get millions? Probably.
Honestly, what's worse, the sentencing that he's gonna get, or the shame that he's getting right now? That shame is top.
The
tier
shame is.
It's hard to come back from this.
Yeah.
Now, for me, the question is it more that he was having a lack of women in his life, or did he look at that cow like that cow is a fat ass? And I want to have sex with it.
I think he looked at that cow like it had that thing on it.
You think so?
And he was like, you know what?
He's been milking it for a long
He's
time.
been milking it for a long time. He's
Fuck with those others.
He was like, I just got to do this.
Well, he did it.
He seen that dairy air. And
That
he was
dairy air. There we go.
I want some of that.
There we go.
So he got caught by the owners of the farm. There
it is.
They set up surveillance cameras to catch him. Is that a stakeout?
That's all I give it to him.
Right.
You can give it to him.
Steak out there.
It was a long one. I had to set it up.
He's like moving around.
He was on stage trying to figure it out, working out the joke.
Right. But the real question is, what do? You come outside on your farm and you see a man
Oh my God.
abusing your cow.
What
What are you doing?
What do you do?
I mean, first thing I say is pause.
Imagine that's the first thing he let. Babe, somebody's out here fucking the cow. Hold on, what? Pause.
Pause. It's gonna be his nickname in prison is gonna be the cow. That's gonna
for sure. Because it's just like
it could be cooler, like the cow wrangler.
No.
He's gonna be the one getting wrangled.
He's definitely getting wrangled. He's definitely getting wrangled.
They're sending him out to pasture.
That's funny.
And
they've known him since he was a kid.
Yeah.
So they know this dude. His family worked on this farm.
And it's like you never thought this boy was out here just penetrating these cows. So he's been doing it.
Yeah,
he
just got caught.
This isn't a one-time thing. Those cows have been screaming silently for a long time.
But we don't know all that too. Some may have enjoyed it.
No, this is possible.
Depending on the mood, you know.
This is possible.
Not the mood. The mood.
This is getting cheesy.
But look, here's the thing though, because usually he had to do this at night.
Yeah.
Cows are sleeping. People go cow tipping.
Yeah.
He went cow tipping in another way. He tipped in another way.
For
He
sure.
went cow dicking. And
Just the tipping.
Yeah, just the tipping.
Yeah.
So did he like do this while the cow was asleep?
While the cows asleep? No, I think these cows are wide awake.
And is it like a certain one he was going after, or does anyone?
The whole family got to get it, bro.
Isn't that like a what do they call it? It's fake, like a fake
I'm about to
story
say insanity?
that cows sleep standing up. They actually, I think they lie down.
I think they do lie down.
I think they go to sleep lying down.
We're not the biggest cow experts here, so somebody who's
You can tell we've never fucked a cow before.
We don't want any beef.
We don't want any beef with any animals.
Man.
I fed a cow, never.
He's coming for that Chick-fil-A sponsorship, bro.
I want to go to this next segment and okay, so all right, Joel, I don't know if you've ever been in a VIP section with a lot of your brown brothers and sisters, and they have these things called bottles, of liquor.
Yes.
And usually you just you get the bottles to the section and you drink them and you have a good time. I'm sure you partied in your heyday. You know what I'm saying?
In the Husky day,
In
we
the
may
Husky,
have had a
yeah,
few.
maybe a few. You threw back a few drinks or two, maybe. You know what I'm saying? So this thing happened. I guess it says New York versus Baltimore bottle wars in Houston. And we could play the video first, and I want you to just see how ignorant and stupid this is. But you could play it. So the war is, I guess, just to pour out the liquor.
Showing who got more money.
Who got more money.
What?
So there's a whole other. That's Baltimore. Okay.
Yeah, it's two sections. Pour that shit the fuck out on the ground where people standing.
Now I want to know who's winning. Is there like a store?
Nobody's winning.
Nobody's winning.
Okay, nobody's winning.
Everyone loses.
Look at it. It's just their
only person winning is the club owner.
Yeah, for sure.
The janitor sure ain't winning.
Yeah, the janitor ain't winning. They looking like we gonna be here
The
all
music.
night.
Here's the thing: the music's not even on. It's just the
lights are up.
The lights are up. The
Yeah.
music. So I'm just like, what's going on here? Why? What is the point of this pouring? They're literally, and these are expensive bottles because in the club the bottles they upcharge
Times 100.
everything. So and it's just bottles on bottles, and people are just standing there. They on their phone.
How does this even begin? Do I look him in his eyes and start
like-
pouring out the
yeah,
bottle
like-
to antagonize him?
Maybe they just got a lot of homies, and they're just pouring it out
For the homies? So
That's
this
funny.
we got because I know you like to construct stand-up jokes. So let's see what joke could we construct here about this situation.
What do you call this? Bottle wars?
This is bottle wars. Would we be able to come up with a bit for this?
Because I did watch on your channel, you came up with a couple jokes, or you tend to you have a section where you could write down words and you kind of come up with a joke or a premise and you start from there. Is there something based on video?
What is the premise here? Besides, pouring out for your homies.
Yeah, pouring out for the homies. I kind of did one off the dome.
Did one
there,
off the
but
dome.
I
like that.
Now you guys put me on the spot.
No,
here.
no. It's fine. But we just wanted to see.
No. Let's take an hour and a half and work on this. Let's take an hour and a half and work on this.
Let's create a
I'm
whole
gonna turn
show.
to Mitch McConnell.
So we got to ask a bunch of questions. Why is Baltimore and New York and Houston?
That's where you start. Yeah, that's a good.
Why did they seem to meet up in Houston?
Both
What was going
crowds
on?
are in here. Probably,
Yeah, but cheaper.
It's definitely gonna be cheaper.
Is it
probably.
cheaper? Maybe.
both groups. Where are the cheapest bottles?
No,
in the
or this
country?
does say New York and New
It's
York.
New York
versus
and Baltimore, but they're
Baltimore
in
and
Houston.
Okay, they're in Houston. Okay. How? My thing is, who told everybody that this section is New York, and this did they have it roped off when they got?
Once
when they got in there.
And how do you know which side is New York and which one is Baltimore?
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to figure out.
Because some people say they know which side is who based on how they're dressed. And
I think that's Baltimore with the dude with the green hair.
Okay,
This looks very-
it looks Baltimore.
All right, I got one.
Okay,
go ahead. Break it
Okay.
New York and Houston. Did you hear about the bottle war between New York and Houston? Similac is expensive. All right. Dang. Now I just hear that lady yelling, rabbit, rabbit.
Similac is expensive.
I was trying to think of bottle.
No, that's it. I see what you
The setup was bad. The setup was bad.
You know what? You tried it though.
I should've just stayed in my lane.
That's what
Yeah.
matters. Comedy Trap House is sponsored by Better Help. You ever just lay down and your thoughts get to racing while you in bed and you like, why am I thinking about my fantasy football team and how we may lose because I didn't get a chance to pick the right players? It's happened to me. I think that's just, I'm projecting. That's what's going on in my life right now. I think that's what's going on. All right. But it turns out a great way to get those thoughts to stop racing is to talk them through with a licensed therapist. And that will be provided by BetterHelp. Okay. Therapy gives you a place to do that. It gives you a place to get out of your negative mindset and into a positive one. Get those negative thought cycles and find some mental and emotional peace, which we all need. I benefited from therapy in the past, especially with BetterHelp, because I don't have to go nowhere. It's private. It's in my room. I can talk to my licensed therapist who gives me the tools I need for a peaceful life. So I think you need to give BetterHelp a try. If you're going through anything right now, this is the perfect time to dive into online therapy done correctly. Remember, it's entirely online, designed to be convenient, flexible, and suited to your schedule. Okay, you just fill out a brief questionnaire to get matched with a licensed therapist and switch therapist anytime for no additional charge. Okay, get a break from your thoughts with BetterHelp. That's visit betterhelp.com/traphouse today to get 10% off your first month. That's betterhelp.com/traphouse. Whoa, hold on now. It's been 7 months since we seen a football game out here. Nah, that can't be right. But even if it is, guess what? It don't matter because the NFL is back, baby, okay? And DraftKings Sportsbook is back with us, okay? It is the official sports betting partner of the NFL, and they are giving you a can't-miss offer for week 1, okay? This week, new customers can get $200 in bonus bets instantly when you bet just $5 on any NFL game, okay? Now, I personally plan on using DraftKings Sportsbook because I'm going to dive all in on my Broncos, okay? I know some of y'all may be looking like, why would you do that after last year? But it's called faith, people. You have faith in your team. That's why I'm about to use them, and I endorse DraftKings Sportsbook, okay? DraftKings is hooking everyone up with game day greatness. All customers can take advantage of 2 new offers every single game day this September. Check the app to see what you get, okay? Download now and use code TRAP to sign up. New customers can take home $200 in bonus bets instantly just for betting $5. That's code TRAP, okay? Only on DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of the NFL. The crown is yours.
Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit www.1800gambler.net. In New York, call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY. In Connecticut, help is available for problem gambling. Call 888-789-777 or visit ccpg.org. Please play responsibly. On behalf of Boot Hill Casino and Resort, 21 plus age varies by jurisdiction. Void in Ontario. ccdkng.co/football for eligibility, terms and responsibility, gaming resources. Bonus bets expire 7 days after an issuance. Eligibility and deposit restrictions apply.
I think this is stupid. We should never do this again. Anybody that was in there doing this, stop. You don't need to do that. You're wasting money, literal wasting money. People are slipping, sliding everywhere. Nobody's even dancing. Whatever happened to just going to the club and just dancing, you know?
Here's the thing, though. So somebody's life may have been saved because that's a lot of liquor they pouring out. So that means someone else could have been way more drunk and started driving.
That's
so
fair.
we saved lives by doing this.
Okay.
Yeah.
See,
you know, it looks
I'm looking at it wrong. Okay.
This is America's attempt at safe driving.
Okay. I see. Okay.
Get rid of drunk driving by pouring your bottles out on the floor in the club.
Yeah.
Buy them first. You get all your money.
Oh, yeah.
Spend your money.
So other people can't get drunk. You buy them up.
Buy them up so people can't get drunk, and then pour them out on the floor where people will not drive home drunk, but they may drive home handicapped from slipping.
Yes.
Gotcha.
Hey, that's better than drunk.
Yeah. Sprain ankle ain't shit.
Because if you get in an accident because you injured, you ain't going to go to jail.
Gotcha. Okay. We've been looking at it wrong. My bad. You know what I'm saying? I'm not as advanced as them.
So, and they're saving 3 states in the process. Baltimore, New York, and Houston. I mean, this is a charity.
The lesson I learned recently, victim of environment.
That's true.
They're in the club.
That's true.
All right, I got one.
Okay,
all right, breaking
that brain working over there.
I've been staring at the video like, all right. There was a bottle war in Houston. Both kids were arrested.
That's definitely better than the first one.
That's better than the first one.
We're getting better. You know, you got to throw up a shot.
You got to throw it up. You got to throw it up.
I like where that's going.
I see what you're doing here.
You know.
Yeah.
You miss all the shots you don't take.
There we go. That's kind of one if you count that.
There was a bottle war at the club in Houston. My question is, why did they let 2 underage kids get in the club?
Okay, I'm glad you took the heat off me.
Yes.
I'm glad. It's off me. Get off me. Get off me.
I did that for you. All right.
Appreciate that.
So my attempt is let's move on.
But that first one I had was on.
Yeah, it was on.
The first one
Off the dome?
Off the dome.
Off the dome. Yeah, no, for sure.
Make sure that goes
He
on
said,
the record.
just let y'all know I'm out here
Yeah,
doing
we
it.
out you.
Well, first we got football is back.
Yeah, I got football is
Yeah,
back.
yeah, football is
I don't
back.
know. Are you a sports? Do you watch football, basketball, anything big?
I will every now and then, but I'm
Every now
just,
and
you
then,
know,
okay.
I'm so saddled at home, you know.
You're
that
saddled at
just
home.
married and
Okay.
gardening. So I don't watch
What's
as
that mean
much.
to be saddled at
A little
home?
permaculture. I watch a bunch of permaculture videos.
Yeah, it means that I'm just I don't want to say neutered, but it's really just
Old ball and chain.
Yeah, I don't really watch
Like that.
football anymore,
Gotcha.
you know, because she's probably like, well, where are the money? You know, so.
Tell her you went to Houston and you ended up in a bottle war and you don't know what happened to the money.
Where the money?
Where the money though? Like, you getting paid to do this? So, you know.
How long you been married?
6 years.
Nice. Okay. All right. Where'd you met her? Comedy doing?
Met her in college.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
Yeah. So she knows we on the way up.
Okay.
She's
cool.
not a comedian, right?
She believes no.
Thank God.
She's very funny though.
Gotcha.
Okay, all right,
Does she think you're funny? Because can you date a girl who doesn't laugh at your jokes?
She
We
definitely
had that
laughs,
conversation.
for sure.
If she
Yeah,
doesn't
she-
laugh at your jokes, can you really be with her?
She laughs, but she's also very honest. You know, she's
Gotcha.
stingy with the laughs.
Okay.
You
Yeah.
know, she'll let me know.
It's just so you don't get too crazy.
Right, yeah. She
Gotcha.
keeps, that's a thing. That's a part of being saddled is you can't run too wild and free.
Yeah,
she
yeah.
Keeps
Yeah.
You, she keeps you humble.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah.
You know, it's funny. It's probably when you met her. I feel like it's like if you're a comedian, you meet a girl. It's like, oh, he's laughing. But then when y'all together and you start doing it as your career, I don't know if these jokes are as funny as they used to be now. Because now it's real.
Yeah,
Now you better
yeah.
be out there making money.
Yeah, big facts. She's seen me since the beginning. She
That's
came to
dope.
a show I did off Cacade in
Okay,
Atlanta.
Cacade,
It's-
okay.
It's spelled Cascade,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
it's Cacade.
Cacade.
It's that's where I learned that Kroger had city centers. I don't know if y'all know.
Yes.
Yeah.
There was a weave store in the Kroger.
Yeah.
That's where I learned that. But it was J.R. Crickets off Cacade.
Yeah.
She pulled up and
Oh, nice. Okay.
never again. But you know, once she came through.
Any kids? Any?
No, we have a dog.
Okay.
We have a
Cool.
dog.
Cool. That's like a child.
Yeah.
For sure.
I'm trying to get on first. You
Okay,
know, I
before
don't
you-
want to have kids until I give birth to my career.
Right.
Which I feel like we there. I mean, I'm here right
you're
now.
here.
So I feel like
You're here.
You're in
You're
the
here.
trap. You made it to the trap. Let's go.
What type of dog and what's the dog's name?
he's a little poodle mix named Guinness.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
we went to Ireland for a honeymoon.
Okay.
Took her to white people's Africa.
The funny thing about it, my last name is Irish.
Africa.
Oh yeah.
Yes, it's Miller. And my
yeah.
grandfather, that's his favorite place he's ever been. He's been all around the world. So I need to go now based on those two
Awesome.
things.
Yeah.
So good.
Yeah. I've been waiting
Just
to go
looking
to
at
white
you, I can
people's
tell
Africa.
your roots
Yeah.
Irish.
I didn't want to say anything.
Yeah.
I didn't want to
You can see it.
profile.
Yeah.
I think the dreads give it away.
Yeah, pretty much.
Absolutely. But football is back. And I don't know if you had something specific you want to say
No,
about
I just
football being
just
back.
in case if you were a sports fan,
okay,
we
okay.
can go straight to this story.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
just was gonna get into who his team was, but it's
Yeah,
fine, it's fine.
definitely. We had a stressful last week because we did our fantasy draft, which is always a stressful time. So we'll see how this year goes. But I just wanted to go to this story because I think we all want kids, and if we have a son, I think we could talk about this. So the Jaguars head coach, Doug Peterson, cut his own son from the team's roster. I just wanted to talk about this. If you're a dad, how do you make these decisions? I feel like it wasn't all up to him. I don't think it was all up to him. I think it was a team thing, and they probably came in and said, Doug, you know, I don't want to say it, but your boy out there,
He white.
I would have told my son, I'm like, son, we're cutting you, we're letting you go, but I want to let you know that in our family, you have a future in coaching. Not in playing. Like, we're not players. We're coaches.
We're coaches.
We're not cutting family ties.
You're smart with the game. You just not smart in the game.
Right.
Not like inside of the game.
Yeah.
So it's just, some people are like, oh, it's his son. How you do that? I'm like, hey man,
This is business.
It is
time.
business. And I think your son has to know that before he gets in. But like,
Because if I leave him on the roster, he mess up. Now we both get fired.
Yeah, and now
somebody got to stay on.
Now your mom, my wife, looking at us like, what y'all doing?
That's why I love that comment. They said, "Hell no, I'm calling my mama as soon as I get in the home."
You'd be like, "Well, baby, you just wasn't good." Like, I wonder what position. I didn't even see what position he played. But
he's 49, so I'm thinking defense, possibly probably linebacker or DN or something.
He looks
Possibly
like a
tight end.
I think he looks like a long snapper.
He kind of he passed for a
Like
long snapper.
No, long snappers stay forever.
Yeah,
it's
they
an
do.
easier job. So he wasn't long.
So
snapper.
yeah, so because his snap was short.
Yeah, no one can come out for that
absolutely.
position.
That means you're really bad if you're a bad long snapper. Like
I mean, not everybody can do that.
apparently your son can.
Yeah,
gonna have to go coach with your father in the Dallas nepotism.
I'll do the research. I'll do the research. See what do you play.
Yeah, I'm just trying to figure out. Like, I wonder, like, when they got home, you know, that weekend, you know, is it stiff around the house? Is it like, you know, well, he probably doesn't live with him, so he's a grown man.
Right after this, though, he might have to move back in. He got fired.
You fired me, Dad, so I'm back home.
Son, why do you need to move back home? Do I really need to say it, Dad? Like, do I really need to?
He was a tight end.
Okay.
And they signed him back to the practice squad, so he good. He on the practice squad.
Okay. So you just not.
So how would y'all handle this? If your son's on the team, you work for that team, you have the
I'm
hiring
not gonna lie.
and firing
If I
decision.
could get him on the practice squad, then I think that's solid.
You'll stash him away there?
Yeah, stash him down there for a little bit.
Your son ain't shit, boy. that's how every player should look at him.
You got to tell him. You got to be honest with him. Like, maybe this calling isn't your calling. Like Cam said, maybe you don't need to be playing. You could be coaching, or maybe there's something else, a special skill that you have. Because tight end
is that an indictment on your genes? Like, if you're say you're my father, you fired me,
yeah,
and I'm your son. I'm like, well, you gave me these athletic genes,
No,
so
we
this
can't
is an
do that.
indictment
We
on
can't.
you.
We can't
Like,
do
it's your
that.
fault I'm
No,
cut
no,
because you didn't give me
work
nothing
hard
good
enough, son. You didn't work hard
What you
enough.
mean? I'm on an NFL roster.
No,
How
you got
much
to work
harder?
He's getting method over here. This is hitting home, man.
Like,
Did you
it's
get
your
fired
fault.
somewhere?
Dad, it's your fault.
If you were more athletic, I would have been more athletic.
This nigga Cam needs to try for Friday Night Lights too.
Joel's son gonna be like, so you did stand up. You wanted me to be out here playing football? I can't do it because of you. I'm like, no, that's not how it works, son.
He like, son, I gave you a frame.
Yeah,
I gave you a
frame.
everything you needed.
You're gonna be coachable. You'll be a good husband. Okay.
But just not a good player.
Not a good player.
Not a good player.
Nah.
That
Son,
does
our
have-
genes are meant to lose testosterone. After a while, it's time for you to become
Jordan's
a father.
kids, you know, they just run the brand, I think, you know, so they're not necessarily out there playing ball
And date former his
and
teammates'
date
wives.
former teammates' wives. But so it's a win-win, I guess.
We're gonna see his son's gonna be the get back coach. By the end of the season. He's gonna be like, we'll give him the get back position. Yeah.
Get back.
He's gonna have so much animosity, screaming "You're fired!" like Vince McMahon.
I wanted to talk about this. They said this is one of the greatest reality show exits. I've never seen this show. I don't know what this show is, but I was like, we gotta play this. So
Is that Corey Holcomb?
They look like
a young Corey.
So let's play this clip.
Yeah. Sorry to tell you that you have to return to your life of debt.
Yeah. The people clap loud when you win a Grammy. They clap louder when you win an Oscar. But the people clap the loudest when you fall. And Champ got knocked out today. There are some last words that I'd like to say to the group. Guys, I don't care how tough you think you are. Nothing hits harder than life. But it ain't about how hard you hit. It's about how hard you can get hit and keep moving forward, okay? And don't be pointing fingers saying, I'm not where I need to be because of him or her or anybody. Cowards do that, and that ain't you.
Johnny.
I was like,
I didn't know what to expect.
I didn't know what
that.
that's what I said. What is that?
That's what I was thinking about his hairline too. But
I'm looking at that little Nike swoosh.
Like, it was so inspirational. I was like, okay, where is this going? And he just starts huffing and puffing and blowing his own house down.
He had a glitch.
He just fell, passed out. And I was like, obviously I was scripted, but what?
I don't know if you script that one.
You don't know if
I
you
think he
script that
just
one?
did that. Yeah.
I think you need a prescription. I think that's what he did.
I was just like, what? I don't even know what show this is. I was like, what is that? And what was the meaning? Was that like, because I know people do like meditation or, breathing exercises, but that just looked like anger or like he needed to get it out.
I don't know, but my thing is his voice. Like, only some people could give really motivating speeches sometimes. And I don't know if he has the voice.
He has the motivating speech voice?
No, just when you listen to him, it's, we really got to do it. Like,
Turn to your life of debt.
Yeah. The people clap loud when you win a Grammy.
The people clap loud.
They clap louder when you win an Oscar.
It sounds a little douchey, little on the edge of
instill
douchey.
like confidence. So I feel like he said that whole speech.
Yeah.
People kind of like laughing at him, and he felt he had to give you something. He was like trying to get it out.
But the first thing is, what my man said at the beginning is also disrespectful and wild. He said, you got to return to your life of debt. You didn't give my man no type of hope yet. We're going to send you back to your life of debt. That's it. Don't come back here no more. You're done out here. I was just like, I didn't know what that was. I might have to go look up what show that is, but it was funny. I just had to talk about it.
The last clip I got for y'all is even wilder. It's on Twitter. It was a Twitter one.
Poor Mitch.
And it ain't really, it's self-explanatory. Let's go let you watch it. Wait, pause it. No.
Oh, it's this one?
Yeah, wait, yeah. No. All right, there we go. Yeah, you good.
Make sure the people can see it.
Make sure the people can see it.
Yo.
Yes.
Hey, man.
Yo.
Yes. Yes.
Dog, that is incredible.
No, that's incredible.
And the echo it made was
MVP.
like, yeah.
The sound quality was beautiful.
Dude. Yeah. And he has a cart full of Miller Lite. Like, this is the perfect.
It's a perfect ad.
Perfect commercial for Miller Lite. He's got like
Light.
4 cases of Miller Lite.
Yeah,
so.
Miller Lite. You don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
This was like Miller Lite.
This had a bunch of views on Twitter. I said, something gotta happen. Let me see what this is. I did not expect that.
No, and that's not something.
This is like their response to Bud Light's whole
Hilarious. Oh my god.
Miller Lite. Fuck it.
Yeah.
Here's the thing.
Yo, I'm taking that sound.
That shit sounds like the beginning of a ship sailing.
Yeah, and imagine you in there. You gonna be like, "What's that? A fart?"
Yeah, like what is
sound
that?
like Darth Vader just landed in some.
He had the perfect quality fart. The intercom was at the perfect angle to his ass to get that type of sound. Like, it was perfect.
No, the bad part is the next person who actually needs to use that in the store comes to put it. What the fuck?
Yeah. If they would have caught like if he walked off and some employee ran up, did anybody hear that?
No, that shit.
You can get arrested for that. I feel like you get arrested for that.
Play it one more time. That shit was funny.
Clean up on aisle booty.
Oh yeah.
Aisle 2. No, take it.
Out there, aisle 2. Yeah.
No, that's great.
I think like somebody falling in farts is just classic.
It's classic.
I'm sorry.
It's absolutely classic.
They could call it low hanging fruit, but fuck y'all.
No, it's low hanging poop.
That's got to be in Florida. This has got to be in Florida.
What gives it away?
I mean, the cargo shorts, the sandals.
What's the caption say? Go up.
No, they was using it. No, they was using it as a reference.
That's
to something.
funny. The Dolphins when the Colts asked for one.
Yeah.
Oh man.
So how long you been in stand up?
Yeah.
How long you been doing stand up?
Oh, we're gonna go from farts to stand up.
Yeah.
So tell us about your career.
Yeah.
It's been one fart in the wind so far. Yeah, I started like 13 years ago.
Yeah.
I started my senior year of college. I did like an open mic and then just fell in love from there.
Yeah.
Nice.
How'd you feel like first time on stage? Like, was it weird? What type of set you have?
Yeah, I mean, it was a sufficient. I mean, it was like 10 people and half of them were the staff.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
but like,
we've been there.
I just remember people like politely smiling. Like, I didn't really kill, but people just politely smiled, and I was like, oh yeah, I could do this. And I was just high from then.
That's all you need. Yeah.
Yeah, I've been doing it ever since. As soon as I did it, I was like, oh, this is what I'm doing the rest of my life.
Gotcha.
Do you remember your best and worst joke from that night?
I had a joke about, I'm tall, so I had a joke about trying to dance and how it's like bad for my knees. That one bombed, kind of like on here. And then I had one about how football, they, instead of people getting drunk, they should just get high. And then I was like, instead of halftime, it could be nap time.
Okay, solid.
And then like I had a joke about like the pigskin football, and I was like, oh, I want bacon now type deal.
Gotcha.
So I mean, you know, those kind of
starter stand-up jokes.
highbrow jokes that
Yeah.
really still work to
Real
this day.
thinkers.
Does most of your comedy come from like real life situations, or like are you observational? You know, Seinfeld's very like observational, and Kevin Hart's like storytelling. Like,
Yeah, it's definitely all my life. Yeah,
Okay.
that's definitely something I've learned from just doing it for so long and then interviewing so many comedians. Is like no one can steal you.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah,
so
yeah.
pulling from my life and what experiences I have and what interests me and what
Gotcha.
excites me is really where all the material comes from.
have you had a I'm either close to making or maybe I've made it like type of feeling before, like a certain show or anything?
I mean, besides today.
Besides
today,
besides
of course,
the Trap House, you know,
of course. But I mean, I've had a few things that like I filmed that never came out.
Gotcha.
Or the pilot didn't get picked up,
Yeah.
or I got edited out of. Like I've done a few TV things where I was like, oh, this is it,
Yeah.
and then it just never came out or anything.
I think that's what people don't understand. Like, they be like, "Oh man, when's your next thing?" You be like, "Well, I filmed 2 things. Just never seen the light of day."
Yeah, but now I'm grateful because I know when things do pop off that like I'm ready.
Yeah.
And I have full ownership in everything I'm doing. You know, so I know now that in hindsight I'm grateful, but at the time you're like, I just want to be on, and I just want to be him. You know, I'm him. But then I've just really just been grinding and staying consistent, and I think that's really what people miss when people do pop off a lot of times. Like Matt Rife, for example, he's a comic that went viral on social media. They're like, oh, he's just because he's like a good looking dude and all
but
that.
he's been working,
He's been grinding on this for over 10 years. So I think people miss the work a lot of the times.
Yeah.
Do you have any crazy heckler stories? Like anyone heckling you?
Man, I mean, the rabbit one was bad. I had a venue shut the lights off on me.
Oh shit!
like a
Super Bowl
Grammy
halftime
speech?
show?
This was Uptown Comedy Corner.
Oh, Uptown. Oh yeah.
In Atlanta, this was like their midnight show.
Yeah.
And I wasn't doing great. And they, instead of people giving me the
Flashing the
light,
light, yeah.
they just turned the light off. So then I double down and I just go, oh, a black place not paying their light bill.
Hey, what you in there? Fuck it. You already there.
And then the DJ played like gunshot sound effects. And then he played like that Lil Wayne song. They're like, man, that's how I just hum it all. You know. And then I ran off stage after that and just out the side door.
Yeah, you gotta get out of there.
I gotta get out of there.
Yeah.
So I got heckled by a venue.
My man say, yeah, black venue.
I would have been laughing.
That's funny.
That's funny as fuck. Is it in you? Like I found, like, I think I told you I found your videos like in 2020, and I was like just trying to study more stand up, and you put me onto some books too. It was I think what was the joke one, like joke habits or something. It's a green book.
Oh yeah, the step by step to stand up.
Yeah, step by step, and then also my boy Steve Martin's book too. Yeah, 'cause I love Steve Martin, but I never read his book before that. So
that's good.
I appreciate that. But what made you a student like of the game? Because not all comedians are necessarily students of the game, but on your YouTube channel, you deep dive into the people, the understanding the jokes, all this type of stuff.
I love it.
Was it always a part like I'm a geek for this stuff, or was it just kind of like, oh, this works on YouTube, let me kind of keep doing it, and I fell in love with it?
Yeah, it really just started just what I was naturally interested in. You know, and those 2 books you mentioned are the first 2 books that when I decided I wanted to do comedy, like I'm actually going to do it. You know, I think a lot of people grow up and they're like, oh, I could be a comedian, but to actually decide to get on stage is a whole other game. So, so those are the 2 books I read before I got on stage, and I just fell in love with the process. And then I think my mom was a teacher, so I think that really plays into maybe the educational side of what I'm doing. Because I thought about being a teacher at one time, and then I was like, but I'd rather have money. So let me go into comedy.
Great choice. The ceiling's higher.
So then the podcast came about. Like I just was interviewing some of Atlanta comedians. And I wanted it to be like a time capsule of Atlanta comedy because I thought Atlanta comedy was like the best scene, and I still believe that. So I just started interviewing friends about how they write jokes and how they get booked and how they got on TV and stuff. So then it's just grown to over 400 interviews now, and it's always just been what I'm naturally interested in. You know. So
that's
and
awesome.
fortunately, other people are interested in it. It's showing now. You know, we're getting momentum, but like. People starting to get momentum and exposure now, but it's over 7 years.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean?
That's how it is.
And I was just gonna say, there's not a lot of places on YouTube where like you can really study the craft of comedy too, and like you're one of the rare ones on YouTube where with good information, good comedy, comedians that come on there. So. You know, much
I appreciate. I receive that. I receive that. It's also like what I wish existed. You know, of like the podcast started. Now there's some interview podcasts where they do talk about comedy process, but like when I started it, there weren't like any. So I was like, I want to show where it is like inside the actor studio for comedians. And now it's like it's actually come to fruition.
Like Schultz had something I think where he broke jokes or something down like that, but I just feel like you are just one-on-one with the comedians and just actually really digging deep into why the reason these jokes work, or what even their mindset to what got them on stage and all that stuff. I appreciate that.
And the story behind it too. I think a lot of people don't see the story behind comedians and the struggle and the sacrifices the comedians have to make to actually make this their career. And I think that's something that applies to anyone in comedy or out, because people hear business stories of I slept on a couch or in my garage or whatever, but like comedians are living in their cars.
Same thing.
You know, like steal. Like I just interviewed a comedian in Austin who was stealing from DoorDash just to get by. He signed up for each one, and then someone would order like a bunch of groceries, and then he would just take them.
That's hilarious.
Hey, that's when you gotta
survive, man.
You gotta get to
Survival
it.
man.
That's survival.
So I had 2 questions for you. First one, like, who's your top 5 favorite comedians, like your inspiration? And then 2, the fun question that we always have debates about: what's your top 5 comedy movies?
Oh man, well, Steve Martin. If we're gonna go Mount Rushmore, is Mount Rushmore 4? Be 5?
I think it's.
Is it 5 people? I don't know.
But we know what 5.
Right. 5.
So
We go on top 5. I'm sorry. Okay, yeah, we definitely Steve Martin, Sinbad. Sinbad, man. Yeah, you mentioned him earlier, dude.
Sinbad,
he's so somehow
Did you think he
underrated.
was white when you were a kid?
No, that's hilarious.
I just wondered, like, what did white people think of Sinbad? Because white people love Sinbad. As much as we did, but I'm just saying, like, Sinbad.
I love Sinbad.
And he's just fun and goofy, and he's wearing the crazy clothes and the earrings. You know,
he just transcended.
What's that interview we listened to going to?
He was on
Anaheim.
He was on. It's an older guy. He interviews comedians and entrepreneurs. I forgot. But he had a
if we
great
find
interview.
it, we got to send that.
Yeah,
It was
please.
a
Great interview.
Phenomenal.
Yeah, dude. I had him. He was actually going to do the podcast, and then he had a stroke.
Yeah.
Like the next week.
Yeah,
like
that's you know that's literally what happened to us. We because we knew his son, and we were like, oh,
same.
Yeah, and we were like, oh, we can get him on the podcast, and then that happened. But I'm glad he's all right though.
I've been checking in with his son to keep updated on like his progress and stuff, because he's still my
he's
favorite.
great.
So Steve Martin, Sinbad. I gotta throw Joel Byars in there.
Yeah. Solid.
You know, that's me for people that already forgot what they're watching there.
Like, I gotta look him up.
There's like, did a Mormon knock on the door? And he just came through with pamphlets and like, you want to get on the pod? I mean, I gotta say Richard Pryor, because just just he really started with like the honesty and just the storytelling and really just breaking that barrier of like here's like my raw truth and making it funny. You know,
his house is right up the street on Parthenia. That's where he used to live.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't realize we were out
That's the
here
one
like
you got
that.
burned at, right? Or he,
I believe so. Yeah,
I think so.
Dang. So then one more. Oh my gosh, I don't want to.
It's tough. There's so many out there. Yeah,
I know. For the best of. You know, and I recently got asked this question. And I had 5, and now I can only think of these. But if I were to say one, oh my gosh, this is so much pressure because, like, people that know me and know like the comedy background, like the podcast and all that. If I have to say someone, then it's gonna be like, oh, he didn't say so and so.
But that's why I said your favorite, not who you think is the top 5 best comedians. I said just who's inspirational to you. So it can't be a wrong answer.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, that's true. I mean, I'm gonna throw in a wild card here that I don't think people even heard of, but there's a comedian named Mark Lowry, who he's in like the Christian circuit, but he's like a storyteller, and he's the first comedian I ever heard. Sinbad's the first one I ever saw, but Mark Lowry's the first album I ever heard, and he was just clean and just fun storyteller.
Old school, like from back in. Like,
yeah, from like back in the day, and he does like music and stuff too.
Oh, nice.
But he's the one that like I heard and was like, oh, he's clean and he's family friendly and he's talking about his life and he actually makes it funny.
Yeah.
So he's one, like, if you look him up, it's there. He's so undeniably funny. And I actually got to interview him, and he's just a guy. He's just like, oh, I'm not a comedian. I'm a storyteller and I'm a musician. Like, he doesn't even consider himself a comedian.
Yeah.
But when you said me personally, he's the one that probably has like had the most impact on me.
Okay.
Yeah,
that's cool.
Okay. So now your top 5 comedy movies.
Yeah, old school. Old school for sure. I just watched that.
We're going to the quad.
We're going to the quad.
Will Ferrell.
Unstoppable.
Old school. There's a movie called Top Secret. Have you guys seen Top Secret?
Top Secret.
It's so.
No, you're not talking about. I'm thinking of
Val Kilmer.
No.
It's so funny. It's like
it's like Top Gun. Is it a parody of Top Gun?
It's a parody. Yeah.
I think I have seen it then, but I'm thinking of the other one that was like Rambo with who's
you're
Coke
talking
Boy?
about Robert Downey Jr.
No. The dude.
Tropic Thunder.
No. The guy from this is an '80s movie. It's the dude that what's his name? He's known Tiger Blood.
Oh, Charlie Sheen.
Charlie Sheen.
Oh,
he plays
Hot
like
Shot.
Hot Shot.
Hot
That's
Shot.
what I'm saying.
Yeah.
That was my shit.
I love the goofy stuff, man.
Yeah.
So Top Secret is kind of like a parody of like action movies too. I like Anchorman.
Oh man, solid.
Yes.
Yeah,
Greatness.
Anchorman. Is
Every now and then, Cam, we'll just stop somewhere. We'll be going to eat, and he's like, "You know what it's time for?" And we'll just all jump up, suit shopping for no reason. Fuck it.
I'm gonna throw a curveball here, but Booty Call.
Okay.
I like Booty Call. It's not in my top 5, but I like Booty Call.
Fantastic.
It's the first R-rated movie I ever saw. I went over to my friend Vance's house, and his parents had rented it on Blockbuster. So we put it in and we're watching it, and that one just always stuck with me. It's
Booty Call.
Booty Call.
Jamie Foxx,
Tommy Davidson.
Yeah.
I mean, so it was on. I remember
Vivica Fox.
Yeah. So I mean, it was
That's solid.
maybe putting people on game there.
Yeah.
Maybe y'all don't
Check out
know.
Booty
Maybe
Call.
y'all don't know that one. You know,
They should.
Yeah, tell any of our fans if you don't
watch
know
it.
Booty Call.
We ain't talking about the porn.
That's
about the
Booty
movie. Booty talks.
We ain't new to this. We grew to this. All right. And then the last one I would have to say.
So you gave us 3. Or
They gave us 4.
You said
I said
Anchorman.
Top Secret, Old School,
Anchorman,
Top Secret,
Booty
Old
Call,
School,
so
Booty
one
Call,
Okay.
and Breakfast Club.
Okay. Breakfast
I
Club.
like
solid.
Breakfast Club.
right.
I went from Booty Call to Breakfast Club.
Yeah.
I got range.
Yeah, he does have range.
One of our ones that always sticks for me is always gonna be in my top 5 is Superbad. That's
Superbad. Superbad. Every time I watch it, it's funny,
Every
and I
time I
know
watch
it's
it,
coming,
it's
and
funny.
it's still
That's
funny.
funny.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's a lot of good. So like you got Life.
That's my number 2. It's very underrated.
Life was
Life
great.
is funny. Coming to
Life is
America always be
hilarious.
number 1. Life, Superbad, Anchorman.
I ain't gonna lie, I might have to put
And
Naked Gun in my top 5.
Naked Gun
is
Gun's
crazy.
mine.
Naked
Definitely
Gun
not
is definitely got to be in there, but a movie that you put me on that
The Steve Martin one?
yes, Jerk, the Jerk.
Oh yeah, dude.
I love the jerk.
It's so funny to me.
Jerk chicken and the jerk.
The jerk chicken and the jerks.
Yeah, Steve Martin's the GOAT, man.
Yeah.
He's one of my favorites because he was the first arena comic too. I don't think a lot of people realize he's the first person to put comedy on the map, like in arenas. Now, like there's so many comics in arenas. Steve was the first to ever do it.
Damn.
And
I might have
he
to read
like,
that book. What's the book called?
Born Standing Up.
Born Standing Up.
Yeah,
Okay.
and he writes and he directs and he plays banjo and he like develops TV shows. Like so, he does a lot of stuff outside of comedy that is something I want to do as well. Like,
He lived a cool life.
Didn't he recently retire or something? Like he said he retired from acting or something after that last show or movie he did, or was that somebody else I'm thinking about?
He may have. He quit stand up at like his peak.
Yeah,
like he was selling out arenas and it just got out of control.
He was like,
he
I'm
hasn't
good.
done stand
I'm
up
outta
since
here.
what, like the early '90s or something.
So for you, what's it look like for you? Is it like, all right, I want to hit a nice big tour, I want to write a couple films, or just kind of a combination of like all the things?
Yeah, I want to do a little bit of everything, but I definitely I'm really focused on the podcast right now.
Yeah, for
like
sure.
I really feel like there's a lot of opportunity that, like you
That's
said,
a whole new media.
There's nothing out there like it, and I feel like that can add like the stability and also awareness of me to then when I do go on the road, I can be selling tickets and things like that. Because I've already been booking stuff from the podcast. Like people have reached out that were like fans that wanted to book me on certain events, or comedians that listen to it are like, hey, I have this gig here. Can you do it? And things like that. So I've already booked work from it, but I just feel a lot of positive momentum with the podcast. So I really want to build this up to be just like the premier, like, and not even podcast, but like comedy interview show. Exactly. Yeah. I think 85 South really put me in that mentality because I've seen them from the jump. For sure. And like I've been friends with them, and like their producer Chad, he was like,
love those guys.
Yeah.
Oh, dude,
fantastic, man.
And their mindset's a big part of what they do.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So Chad was always like preaching. He's like, you think of it as a show, not a podcast. Think of it as a show. And I'm just now starting to do that, and it's already like, even like what we recorded, you know, we're in a studio. Like I'm for my interview Wednesday, I'm bringing in like a crew, and we're gonna have like lav mics and stuff. Like I'm really picturing this as more of a show. So
beautiful.
Definitely the podcast is gonna be kind of the jumping off platform. But then I still definitely want to keep building my stand up. I definitely want to get more into acting. I've done some acting, but never really gotten an opportunity to really showcase what I can do all the way. So I definitely want to do that as well, and just keep creating things that actually, you know, like enhance life. You know, I want everything I to create to be educational or entertaining, but always have a positive energy to it. Because I feel like that's going to start breaking through as just the world is melting. Basically.
Has the strike affected you, or you just, since you've been doing your show, it hasn't really?
Yeah, it hasn't. And I'm in Atlanta, and I'm not really in any writing I've done has been either like something like freelance, or like I've done more writing on the corporate side of like marketing, copy, and things like that. So I haven't done anything in the actual industry in that sense.
Gotcha. Okay. Yeah, I mean, I think that's the cool thing about what we all do is it's like it changes, it flows. It's just like wherever the times go, we kind of just move with it, and you know, we can still make a living out of it. You know, so that's the good thing about it.
And the pandemic taught me definitely not to have all your eggs in one basket.
For sure.
You know, that's another big reason I'm like been building the podcast more, because like I was a touring stand up. And then overnight I'm unemployed. And I was just like, oh, all right, I'm on the road, and then the pandemic hits, and you're like, oh, no more road. Now what? So it's like building multiple streams to then it all adds stability.
It's like now you understand, like, oh, that's why Kevin Hart has 25 businesses. Oh,
we're entrepreneurs for sure.
Yeah, definitely.
We all want to end up in a wheelchair like Kevin.
Bro. Oh my god,
that was so funny.
His face when it pops.
That was crazy.
Oh yeah, you gotta know when to slow it down.
Y'all saw the video?
No.
You didn't see it?
When he was running?
They got that?
Yeah.
Pull it up.
His face is just right when it pops. He's like,
oh yeah. That, you know, it'll sit you down real quick.
Yeah.
But you can't help it. You want to be competitive. You're like, I want to get out here and do my thing. Like, nah, brother, you're 43, 42. Oh, that looks so funny.
That
screenshot is hilarious.
But yeah, he's one of those putting it on like the business. You know, comedians are businessmen. You know.
Yeah.
Or women. Whatever.
Oh yeah.
Equality.
You know, all the pronouns. You know what I'm saying?
Hold on, let me pull it up.
And he's racing.
There's no
It's an
sign?
NFL player.
Yeah,
it's like a former NFL player.
Some running back? Who
Yeah, I think it was a running.
There's no sound?
It sounded like they have music.
Okay.
Yeah, they got music going. Yeah.
Here we go.
Were the ones y'all watch had sound? Or no?
Nah, I
didn't
remember.
see any. Was
Yeah, there aren't really any like many good ones out there. But here we go. Yo, his face just explodes.
And for him to be in a wheelchair after this, can you imagine what pain he's in while he's still running right there?
Ooh-wee. And he was losing. And he was losing.
I think he tore something and
he tore it all.
Like his abdomen and everything.
I was like, oh man.
Yeah.
And at this age,
You just get mad because it wasn't for anything. Like if you
Yeah.
playing sports and get injured, okay. I was like, I'm an athlete. But if
Right.
you
I was
just
being a jackass.
if I'm just a pedestrian out here and I'm mess up my knee again, I'm gonna be upset.
Right.
Because
It
it'll
wasn't
take me
worth
longer
it.
to recover.
It wasn't worth it.
Yeah, I know a comedian that blew his knee out on stage.
On stage.
Yeah, he was super. His name's Dale Jones, and he's super animated,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
he just like landed wrong, and he had to finish the show, and then the rest of the weekend he was sitting down. So he did sit down comedy for a while. I love the mic just sat down.
Yeah.
The mic just sat down when I brought that up.
That's like that time Drake when he
There we
first
go.
started. Remember he tore his ACL
Oh yeah,
on
yeah.
stage?
Oh my god!
Listen, you gotta warm up. You
Gotta
know what I'm
stretch.
saying?
You gotta
stretch.
stretch. Get them calisthenics.
Get that hot
in.
yoga in. Get it together. I'm trying to think. So you've been doing stand up 13 years. Is there do you feel like you have how much more evolving do you think you got to go? Do you think you're at a point where you're like, all right, I know I can get a laugh, or is it still it depends on the crowd, or you doesn't matter the crowd, I know I can get something out of here?
Oh, dude. I mean, you're always learning. That's what I love about comedy. You can always do better. I mean, even just doing Chocolate Sundays last night.
Gotcha. Yeah.
I got off stage. I was like, yeah. I did that.
I did that.
And then, BT Kingsley goes up and just melts the room. And I was like, no. All of a sudden, so there's always room to grow and improve. But I mean, I feel good about where I'm at as a comedian in the skill set.
Yeah.
But now it's like, all right, what else can you do?
Yeah.
I have an hour that I can do. But now it's like, all right, what's the new material? What do you want to talk about now? How do you want to get deeper into your material and get more personal?
How long
with
did it
things?
take you to develop that hour?
So I self-produced my own comedy special 10 years into my career called The Trophy Husband.
Yeah, that came out 2020.
2020. Oh, maybe 2020.
2020,
Yeah, it came out 2020, and I was about to go on tour promoting it, and then pandemic. Yeah.
Wow.
But it's for sale on my website.
Nice.
JoelByersComedy.com.
Yeah.
Support a white-owned business.
There's not many out there,
for the culture. So
I just went to Starbucks today.
I was going to ask you, what do you think the key is to getting on all these stages? Is it relationship based, to be able to just come to a new city and get on a stage where I'm pretty sure a bunch of people want to get up there, but not everyone gets picked.
Yeah. I mean, dude. After interviewing so many comedians, everyone has said most of your opportunities are going to come from other comedians.
Yeah.
It's not going to be your agent or your manager. Most of it's going to come from your network of comedians. So getting on Chocolate Sundays, this is my third time doing it, and I think the first time it was a referral from someone, and a lot of the stuff I've gotten has been through referral or just one, being nice and being funny are the fundamentals of this game.
Pretty much.
Be nice, be funny, easy to work with, and people are gonna think of you when opportunities do come up. And fortunately, I've kind of been the plug on white comics, White Boy Joe.
White Boy Joe.
So I've been able to slide into a few cool spaces because of that. But it's all started because I'm funny and reliable, and people know they can trust me.
Right.
And then I'm not gonna do bad on their name and everything.
Gotcha.
How does changing to being clean affected you? Was that a hard transition at all?
No, I mean, look at me. I
that man embodies Full House.
Yeah, dude. If I swear on stage, people start circling up, holding hands. They're praying.
What's going on?
They're praying on me, dude.
Yeah.
I could never be dirty. I could never. I mean, y'all heard the rabbit story. I yelled once, and then Doo-Doo Brown after the show was like, "It was your spirit." You messed up when a comedian named Doo-Doo Brown,
the spirit.
who just hosted a twerk contest, is like, "Your spirit spirit. It was evil.
I'm sorry, dude.
I feel like a good joke that would make me laugh from him based on what you just said. If you're doing a black club, you're like, I've been working on, my temper and not cursing, because anytime I scream and get mad, they think I'm gonna shoot up the place.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, I bet that'll kill in a black. Black establishment, it'll kill. I don't know about a white establishment.
White guy mad is different.
There's
a different type of mad.
So it really, I'm really trying, especially in this next chapter of my career, is like, I can do, like, I've done like race jokes, and I have jokes about, like, trailered in the trap and all that, and homies and honkies, and it kills. And I've learned that I can do race stuff, and it'll like murder. So I'm really challenging myself to, what's the next chapter? What about me is more relatable than just like, oh, I'm a white guy type deal. Even last night at the show, they brought me up to Jack Harlow, and I said one thing about it, and it explodes, and I was like, I could literally just do my whole set,
you could keep
and
going.
just be like, all right, white, and then they're like, oh, that white boy crazy, but no, I mean, the jokes are good. I don't want to say, I mean, it's funny stuff. It's not just because I'm white, but I'm like, all right, let me talk about how my wife and I like to take melatonin, and I went into that kind of material, and just more like just homie.
Because that's relatable too. I mean,
and it all killed, and I think it took me a minute to get the confidence of like, well, am I more than just, which is weird to say, but it really was.
Am I more than just white?
Am I more than just white? Which I will be for the bag. I don't want anyone to get twisted. We will do the song and dance for the bag.
Gotta get to it.
But I'm really working on other material that is just more personal and unique to me, that also like translates to anywhere I perform. And clean has always just been a part of what I did. Even if I'm performing at like a strip club, which I've done, it was still clean jokes. I was still just kind of being me, and I think it's that authenticity that really creates the connection with the crowd.
Right. You're just working and not being a parody of yourself.
Exactly. That's the biggest compliment I got coming up, is just like comics would tell me, like, you don't pander, just keep doing you. You're not pandering, just keep doing you. And that's really stuck with me.
Okay. Got you.
Because the material I do, it works everywhere. I don't want to think like, oh, I do an all black crowd and then all white people don't get it. Like, I always make sure I do material, because white people laugh at homies and honkies and trailer and trap and all that too. So I always make sure that if material works in like one audience and not another, I don't do it anymore. I want to make sure I can do it at a strip club, that I do the same jokes at a church or a college or corporate event.
Right. That's awesome.
That's awesome.
Everybody's got money.
Everybody got
we want all the money.
Grandkids to grandparents.
You being clean opens up the door for you can go anywhere.
Exactly.
For sure.
You can have any sponsor too if you're clean. So
so that's why earlier I didn't say B. Y'all saw that. Listen, B.
Good job.
We press training out here.
Yeah, I've already ruined my career.
But it was a personal choice. It was just something I just started that way. I think Sinbad, him being clean, rubbed off on me. Pause. And Mark Lowry as well, like I said. So it was just a personal choice. But there's funny, dirty comedians and all that.
No, I respect it, because our homeboy Kev on stage is pretty clean. He's not like a.
He's funny.
And I respect that. It does take some work. Especially if you've already been have a filthy mouth. It takes some brain power to be like, okay, let me separate from that and just focus on these jokes because sometimes people can find just curse words. They'll start laughing and you think, oh, that's funny.
Let me do more of that.
And then you just become this weird,
So were you clean from the beginning, or you just became?
I was clean from the beginning.
Okay.
Yeah, it was just what was naturally funny to me.
Right.
So it just worked out that way. It wasn't a business decision at the time, but now I'm glad. I mean, I've interviewed comedians. Like you mentioned Mark Normand, I think before this episode, who's dirty. But when I interviewed him, he was like, if I would change anything, he's like, I would have started clean because there's just more work when you're clean.
Right.
Well, let the people know where they can find you, where they can get all your things at, all your goodies.
The special's on the website, joelbyerscomedy.com.
Grab it.
The podcast is Hot Breath. It's on YouTube and all podcast platforms. And I'd love to, connect with the crew and everything. It's an honor. It's an honor to be here. I've been a fan of y'all for years.
Oh, man.
So if anyone listens to this, please just reach out to me on social media and let me know you enjoyed it. It's at Joel Byars Comedy and at Hot Breath Pod.
Tell them Comedy Trap House sent you there.
Please.
We get residuals off that. We'll talk about that later.
All right. See, I knew I didn't know what I was signing.
I sent it to the email. You got it. We signed your life away. You're ours. Guys, thank you for tuning into another episode of the Comedy Trap House.
The final episode of this season, ladies and gentlemen.
Episode of this season. Make sure you like, subscribe, share. Let us know what guests for next season. This season we kept it kind of us. You were the guest.
Yeah, you were the only guest this season.
I don't know. We just was like, we was rolling with it. The weeks were going along, and then we were like, all right.
No, we had Marvin while you.
Had Marvin on.
We said this Oreo needs some cream in it.
I'm honored.
So yeah,
White boy Joe.
White boy Joel in the building. But yeah, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, all the good stuff. Make sure you leave a review on Apple and Spotify and all the things you can leave a review on. Make sure we'll let you know when the next season starts in a week or two or wherever. And yeah, we'll see you guys when we back. All right, y'all. Peace.
Welcome to the trap.
Get your dead body in the back.
Welcome to the trap.
Get your dead body in the back.
Welcome to the trap.
Tripping better than slipping.
Welcome to the trap.
But sometimes we be tripping.
Welcome to the trap.
Welcome to the trap.
Where we joke and rap.
Where we jump and rap.
Gut busting laughs. Hand slapping laps.
Girl, slap your loud.
Get you through your day.
Get you through your day.
And it's free of cost.
I'm so cheap.
Don't you laugh too loud. Don't get fired by your boss.
File unemployment.
Welcome to the Comedy Trap House.